Welcome back to the channel again, and it's development in some big story developing, of course, over the past couple of weeks. As far as La Liga is concerned, it's a story that I wanted to talk about now. Maybe to get something off the podcast episode tomorrow, just to reserve some other content for the episode tomorrow, but definitely it's a big story, worthy, I think, of a video on its own anyway. So Ousmane Dembele, according to the latest reports in Barcelona, trusted reports, the sporting director of the club himself spoke, Mathieu Alemany, about maybe an hour or two ago, and said that Ousmane Dembele is officially leaving the club by the 31st of January. He's not going to be there by January. It's a weird situation. It escalated, I think, over the last couple of weeks. It started when Ousmane Dembele was asking for an increase in his salary, a salary budget bump in his new contract if he wants to extend. His camp refused the exemptions or the conditions of Barcelona in that contract. And in a time where Umtiti accepted to shrink his salary by 20 or 30%, I think Dembele refused to do that and asked for more money, asked for apparently 40 million euros of gross salary per year, before taxes, of course, and he demanded, an extension of 2 or 3 years. The club didn't accept, and obviously they have the right to do so. I said that in previous episodes, I think, and previous videos I said that they have the complete right to not accept the conditions because they are stranded for cash and in a bad financial situation. But eventually it escalated, and now the reports are suggesting, and Mathieu Alemany's statement is officially suggesting that Ousmane Dembele is going to be gone by the 31st of January and is no longer going to be a player at Barcelona. It feels like a big deal, but not as big as it should have been, because it's expected. The career of the player has sort of derailed a bit with the club. Obviously, no fault of the club itself. I think Dembele not being fit enough, choosing to live a lifestyle a bit too lazy, I would say, a bit too lackadaisical at Barcelona, arriving training late, staying up playing PlayStation, not having a proper diet, all sorts of that, and also the unfortunate injuries, loads of them he had over the past couple of years since joining Barcelona in 2017, and joining by 105 million euros is not an easy thing to sort of recover from, because it puts expectations on you, that price tag puts expectations on you, and Dembele fell short of those expectations, didn't exactly hit the ground running with the club. He got injured straight off, and he missed loads of game time. He missed around 104 games or something, and he missed, loads of time to improve himself. It feels like every time he was about to break into that ceiling, about to take his game to the next level with Barcelona, he gets an injury, there's problems, and even as of late, Xavi was sort of disappointed with him, as he talked about in previous episodes and previous recap of the day. You can check that out. So generally, it's not a disappointing end at all. Not a surprising end. It is a disappointing end, but not a surprising one. Most people should see this coming, I think. They gave the player a ultimatum of 48 hours to decide his future, and apparently he doesn't want to stay at the club, he doesn't want to be part of the project with Xavi Hernandez, and is going to leave by the 31st of January. Now, this opens the question: which team is going to be buying him? Which team is going to be ready to accept his demands? Which team is going to be ready to pay his wages? The contenders are few and far in between, and the contenders to accept the player on his current sort of mentality are even fewer. I don't think that a City would take him. I don't think maybe a PSG would take him, but in that case I think he's going to be a bench warmer for life, because at the moment they have Messi, Neymar and Mbappe, and unless they offload Mbappe, I don't think that he will see the starting 11 in that club if he moves there. Manchester United have shown an interest, so maybe he will go there, but also you have to ask yourself, is he good enough for that club? Is he, is he fit enough? Is he focused enough to join the likes of Man United and hit the ground running there after failing at Barcelona for so many years? It's definitely a question that time will answer. I certainly don't see him fitting at any of those big clubs. I genuinely don't see. I only see a few teams where he can really develop. I think maybe returning to Dortmund even would serve him good at the moment, because they might need him. It will be a better environment for sure, better atmosphere for him. An atmosphere he was familiar with, but obviously his impression, or the impression of people from him, his reputation maybe got a bit tarnished at the moment. We will see where things go, but again, it's not surprising. It's not something that we didn't see coming. It's completely predictable. It's completely inevitable in the case of Ousmane Dembele going out of Barcelona by the end of January. But I think he sort of helped them put the nail in his coffin anyway. That's it for this reaction, I would say, to this breaking news. Follow us on social media, like, share, comment what you think, and subscribe to the channel, of course, enable notifications. Follow us on social media, the usernames are on the screen and the links in the description, and of course, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.